This has 3-putt written all over it. Uphill, downhill, 50 feet, 3 changes in direction, and yet Andy Walters is going to use the EGOS green reading method and show us how to get a fast, accurate green read and roll this putt to within inches of the hole in under 60 seconds. Then I'm going to walk through exactly what he did so that you can know how to get that kind of a green read too.
And doing the 3 calibration thing, it's about, my mental mind put the rod about 4 feet out. Go ahead and put it there. I see lesser break here. Go ahead and move the rod back about 8 inches. I see straight here, move the rod back about 8 inches. And I see right break here, I would move the rod right about in front of the hole. I've confirmed that it moves right at the end. I just leave the rod right where it's at, and let's go ahead and putt it. Now with confidence, I'm not wasting any time. I think that's pretty darn good.
Now I'm going to walk through step by step exactly what Andy did to read this long, difficult putt in under 1 minute, and then I'm going to try the putt myself so you'll understand exactly how you can do this as well. So I start standing over the ball with my feet spread wide apart. I'm using the EGOS Expert Green Reading Operating System. If you're not familiar with that, you need to check out my other videos on the subject. There's a playlist. But I'm imagining a straight line from my ball to the hole, then holding up my putter that's calibrated to hang truly perpendicular, and I see a gap between that straight line represented on the bottom of the shaft and the actual top of the shaft. And that gap is about 1.5 feet or so. I've calibrated for the green speed today, and I need to aim 3 gaps outside the hole. So I start out at 4 feet from the hole, and I have Andy put the marker rod there. Now a putt this long almost always has multiple breaks, so I go about 1/3 of the distance from my ball to the hole and take a second reading to see if the break changes in this area. And I use the same method, and sure enough it does. So I have Andy move the marker rod closer to the hole. And again, this marker rod represents my starting line. Obviously on the course, I don't have someone standing there holding a rod. I have to imagine this in my mind's eye. But you can see my first read had it about 4 feet outside the hole. The second one showed me a lot less break, so we had to move it much closer to the hole. Now I'm taking a third read from about 8-10 feet from the hole. Same procedure, and this time I get it breaking the opposite direction, so it goes back the other way at the hole. Andy, let's move that marker all the way back to the front edge of the hole. There. Now I want to confirm that, and so I can come to the hole and read back to my ball and confirm that it does break the opposite direction right at the hole, and yes, that confirms it does. Now, a lot of times on a long putt like this, you stand on the imaginary straight line from your chest towards the hole, and it looks like it's straight, but you know it's not, and a lot of times you need a little help. And so here's what I do. I'll take my reading, and then I'll find an imaginary spot on the ground or a little blade of grass like I did here that gives me a target for aiming at. So I'm using a little blade of grass or a blemish or an old ball mark on the green as a target, a start line or aiming point, and I can see very clearly that this putt is going to start out right of the hole, break all the way over to my left, and then back right into the hole at the very end. Now let's go and see if we can actually make this putt.
I like that. Boom.
So again, on the course, you're doing this with mental pictures in your mind. We're using, for illustration purposes, this rod to show the start line and how it changes with the different reads. But in your mind on the course, this happens very fast. I take the reading and I see a gap that's this far, but I've calibrated today that the speed makes it 3 gaps, so I need to aim this far right of the hole. And then I take the second reading and it shows a smaller gap, so I need to adjust and move the target closer. And then I take the third reading near the hole and see that it actually breaks back the other direction, so I need to make an adjustment for that. And again, I'm doing that all with mental pictures in my mind's eye, and it happens very quickly. That's how you read and putt a difficult putt with multiple breaks. Fastest green reading method out there. Thank you to Mr. Andy Walters, who came up with the EGOS green reading method. Links in the video description to other videos on this green reading method, and also to Andy's books that walk you through exactly how to do it so that you can be this fast and this accurate even on crazy difficult putts. And if you got any benefit out of that, then you know the drill. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Check out this video on the screen now. And until next time, thank you very much to Andy Walters for flying out from Augusta, Georgia to help with this video. And here's to you making more putts.
And one more thing, 50 foot under a minute. You're not even going to find that on the Tour Pro.